As you guys can see, I'm having technical difficulties this morning. I had to restart my computer. I apologize. Welcome to the Daily Grind. My name's Chum Change. This is live and recorded. What's going on? Mr. Rudputs, Dumpster Fire, Leo Lusting. Sorry, I didn't even have time to brew a second coffee. I had to go grab a Red Bull because I'm like, I just don't have time for this. It's terrible. Little Time Mining, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Gaming with Smokey Dan, Lil Stanky. Who else we got in here? Cook 4015. What's up, buddy? Steven Cicero. Appreciate you guys being members. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Alexander, what's up, dude? Good to see you. I cracked this Red Bull. Let's check out this market. I still have to present my screen. Give me 1 second. Man, this computer has been a pain in my butt this morning. My Stream Deck doesn't even work right now. Pretty terrible. All right. Either way, let's check it out. So, Fear and Greed Index is greed right now at 60, which is pretty I don't know, it's still kind of neutral, to be honest. It's not really too bad. ETH actually took a nice jump. Wow, 5.75%, 1671, not too shabby. Look at that. BTC 23, almost 24,000. It's getting up there. We had some good news yesterday. Obviously, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask away. I am just trying to get situated still. I apologize. This is a rough morning. How you guys doing? If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, obviously, in the live chat. I do want to go over a few things that I found this morning. So this was the title of today's video from CoinDesk. They put an article out saying crypto investors can purchase bankruptcy put options to protect their funds on Binance, Coinbase, and Kraken, which is pretty interesting, right? So this is obviously to avoid another FTX debacle. I thought it was pretty cool. Investment firm Cherokee Acquisition is offering the options which will allow account holders to recover 100% of their assets in the event of a major exchange files for bankruptcy and locks customer assets. So I thought this was pretty cool. Overall, I mean, it kind of gives us some sort of security, right, when it comes to our funds. And I mean, obviously, as miners mining to exchanges, which is obviously frowned upon, but it's sometimes easier. And if something happens, I mean, obviously, besides you getting personally hacked, if something happens to the exchange and that's like completely out of your control, at least you have the option to cover your own ass. I thought it was pretty cool. No Folgers today, Leo Lusting. No, we got Red Bull. It's all right. You know what? This Red Bull, this fig apple, is delicious. It really is. It's just early for Red Bull. It's too early for Red Bull, but it's all right. We're gonna start the morning strong. As long as I don't crash by 2 o'clock, we're good, right? So we can go live again. All right, let's see. I'm not gonna read through this entire thing. If you guys are interested in this, again, I'll leave everything we see here today in the description below. All right. Let's see now. Bitcoin S&P 500 close in on bullish golden cross signal. So I know this is a big deal. It doesn't so the golden cross, right? It says in the past, Bitcoin's big rallies have started with the golden cross, but not all golden crosses have led to big rallies. So this could go obviously one of two ways, up or down, but really only time can tell. So right now we did get some decent news, like at least the 0.25% point like raise or whatever it is that was announced yesterday. That is, or was, good news to a lot of people in stocks and all that stuff. So hopefully this turns into a nice rally. I actually do want to give a huge shout out to DJ Mines. We're going to play this video here. He is super educated in stocks and business stuff when it comes to stock market and all this federal, point raise and all that. So what we're going to do is play his video. I want to listen to what he has to say about it, and then obviously go sub and like DJ Mines video. I'll leave it down in the description below. Let's get it started.
What is going on, everybody? DJ Mines here, and I have to say today has been such an awesome day. Everything that I had hoped for in yesterday's video came true, and it was actually a little bit better than what I even hoped for in my bullish case. So yes, this is awesome, and I do think that crypto will continue to rally. I also think the stock market will start to turn, but be warned, I don't think we're in a full-on bull market just yet, though when I talk throughout this video, you'll see why a lot of this is really good for all of us.
Real quick, can we just admire his setup? I love this room he's got. It's massive. It looks massive anyways from like the camera angle and stuff. I love how he's got like a bunch of distance behind him. Like my walls are kind of close right here, But this room's just like perfect. It's like a whole office setup for him. He's got the whole shelves in the back. Absolutely love it. Again, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask in the chat. Just at me so I don't miss it, and then we'll be good.
Unless, of course, you're a bear and in that situation where you've been shorting the market, yeah, that sucks, man. The TLDR, just in case you don't have an hour to watch the latest Fed meeting, essentially the Federal Reserve, which is not the government, by the way. A lot of people seem to think it's the government. It's not the government at all, but that's a different video.
Wait, you got a new chair, finally? DJ got a new chair? If you guys didn't see the old one, it's embarrassing. But yeah, I'm one of those people that he was just talking about, by the way, the whole think it's the government thing. So that's why I'm leaving it to him to talk.
They raised by 25 basis points or 0.25. And this is awesome. Some people were saying we'd get a 50 basis point or a 0.5 basis point, but this is right on trajectory. This is what we want to see. And this is the beginning, in my opinion, of the bull rally. Now, be warned, though, that could change. And again, I still think it's a little too soon. We don't really know what's going to happen long term, but this is great. Now, if you're wondering, DJ, why is this such a big deal? Who really cares about any of this? You should, because in the month of January, there was a massive markup. Tesla went up 50%. The S&P has been climbing. We've actually had the best month.
Thank you, Mo. I appreciate that. He corrected my spelling and said, you are safe. I'll change that later. I just didn't have any time. I was literally rushing this morning.
In January over the last 4 years, even during the bull run, we had a better January this year. And that has been really scary because everybody, all the bears have been talking about, this is a bull trap, dude. This is a bull trap, man. It's all going to end. The world is ending. Of course, you hear all that, right? But Mr. Powell, and I think he did a really good job of explaining, is saying what they have been doing is working.
He did do a good job.
And that's what the market needed to hear. We needed that reassurance. People asked him, I don't remember who it was exactly. They said, with the markup of January, you can always tell who the bears are, right? With things rallying during January, are you going to have to further tighten even more to compensate for that? No, not at all. I am paraphrasing that for the record, but no, not at all, Mr. Powell said. He thinks what they've been doing, what the Fed has been doing is working, and they think that they could continue to just do 25 basis points or 0.25 basis points, and by the end of the year, get close to that 2% inflation goal. And this is...
Yeah, they're going to raise slowly until they get to that, if need be, basically.
Is what we needed to hear. There's a lot of people who are going to start flip-flopping. Trust me on that. So real quick, this is the S&P 500 chart. It's up 1.28%, but it was not up earlier in the day. The NASDAQ has been climbing also at 2.85%. Really great numbers to see here. And looking at crypto, you can see here Bitcoin is looking good. And if Bitcoin's looking good, all the other altcoins are going to come up with it. Unless you're looking at like a poo-poo coin. But for the most part, we should see a nice continued rally, in my opinion, for the crypto market. And looking at Bitcoin, you can see we're up over 3%. Earlier in the day, it was dead, right? There was no movement. People, once again, the bears speaking, 20,000, bro, incoming 20,000. Look at us, about to be 24,000. We're up 3%. And I do think we will continue to climb over time. Of course, there will be...
Real quick, Gandalf Gray said the S&P has broken the downtrend with the several areas of resistance at 431, 461, and 480 before the full bull run. Also, the dollar is continuing to break down by the end of this year and early next year. Or sorry, early next bull run. I think that's what you meant to say. Interesting.
Dips, there's going to be sell-offs, there's going to be people who take profits, of course, but I think until the CPI data comes out, which is on the 14th of February, I think we should be in the clear for a nice little run. Now, I don't think that Mr. Powell would announce that things are working if on the 14th of February
with Bitcoin, how high you think it's going to go?
Came out poorly. I think they're a little bit smarter than that, and I do think that he was very cautious. The Fed is being very cautious to limit the expectations, right? Please understand, yes, this is awesome news, but we're not in a full-on bull run. However, by the end of the year, they think we'll be almost to where we need to be. And someone asked them, if inflation got to that 2% goal, would you be willing to cut rates? And Mr. Powell said, absolutely. Again,
which is pretty cool. So like, yeah, if they need to cut rates after raising them or whatever, if they get past their goal or whatever, they will. So that's pretty cool. Jared is saying 40K BTC in December. That would be amazing, actually, because I feel like that would set up the next year for a pretty good run.
Bullish to
30K
hear
in the fall.
This is what I want to hear. But again, if you're a bear, this is not at all what you want. Flux, I know, is a fan favorite of my viewers and many crypto users as well, up almost 4% here, and you're seeing a nice little climb here to 94 cents. I do think we'll break that dollar quite easily, and yeah, over the next few weeks, this should be a nice little rally. My favorite stock, Tesla, is up nearly 5%, and in the aftermarket, we're up 0.46%. So yes, we did break 5% if you want to include the aftermarket hours. And in the last month, Tesla is now up 67%. This
Holy
is
shit.
madness. I've been saying this for quite some time, but you know, a lot of people are still negative on Tesla for whatever reason. I definitely think long term.
Do you guys invest in Tesla? That's something I kind of want to know from you guys in the chat, because I don't invest in stocks at all, but I really should. My wife does. But yeah, Tesla. DJ's been saying it for at least a year, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Get Tesla, and look at that. That's crazy. 67% in the last month.
Term, I don't know what's going to happen in the next few months or a year, but long term, I think easily Tesla will 2 or 3x, and maybe 10 years from now 5x. We'll see on that one. So that's the market recap for today, and oh my goodness, it is looking good. I can hear those bears. Send me your tears. I need to get a jar. I need to get like an empty jar.
He wants to get a tear jar.
Bears tears, man. Give them to
me.
What? Daddy wants them because
I'm
feeling it. I'm starting to feel it, and we are definitely going in the right direction. Again, we're not clear. We're not out the woods just yet, but this is what you want to hear. I do think by the end of the year, we'll be in a full-on bull run. By the middle of the year, we'll be looking really good. So for me, what I will be doing is I'm buying as much crypto as I can. I'm mining as much crypto as I possibly can. I am looking to purchase more ASICs. I have like 200 GPUs, so I think I'm...
You know what? I'm kind of in the same boat as DJ. He's actually wrapping up the video right here, but I'm in the same boat as him. I really do think that we're going to be in a good position by the end of this year. I don't know how high it's going to go. I'm not going to put predictions out there, but I think it's a good step forward the way everything's going. I don't think it's going to go too much worse anyways, let's put it that way. But real quick, let's just go overall. I want to see, we already looked at the Coin 360, which is pretty cut and dry, but I want to see what's Flux at today, just for shits. Because Flux is one of those coins that I hope pumps, and the halving is coming up in the next, I think, 4 days, if I'm not mistaken. 94, up 6.4% today. All right, so 94 cents, not too bad. Again, Fear and Greed Index is at 60. I do want to see, let's check actually. You know what? I'm just gonna type it in here. Crypto Love, let's see what he's saying today. And then we'll go into Crypto Zombies video from yesterday. Again, this guy is a boom shot. He starts it off with boom shakalaka every time. Let me skip through a little bit, and we will listen to him going over his charts, because he mentions a few of these crosses and stuff.
Crypto Love, push that like button. Also, today's episode is sponsored by Banksters, so stay tuned.
I've never heard of that place,
for a sponsored
or whatever that is.
Review. Now, today, Bitcoin Fear and Greed at 60. We are back in greed. Just the beginnings of greed, but we are back in greed. The overall market up 5% today. Bitcoin at 23,780, Ethereum at 1667, BNB at 329, XRP 41 cents, Cardano 40 cents.
And good morning, Sadie. Sometimes. Good morning, Joker Miner. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. And Blaine Anderson.
Right now, the most recent green candle breaking above these resistance levels on the volume profile. Above
I'm almost upset. I sold a little bit of Bitcoin.
If you take a look at this volume profile, pretty much smooth sailing all the way up until $30,000. If we can find support above here, there is a little bit of resistance that we can trace back to this high, which was resistance back here in August. But other than that high, around $25,000, could be some smooth sailing.
Yeah, if we break 25K, we're going to
cryptocurrencies. Right now, the most recent pump due to the Fed raising interest rates by the expected 25 BPS. Now, as of this point, Bitcoin and S&P stay above this trend line, which, guess what? The trend is your friend. This could be breaking the previous downtrend, a brand new uptrend.
That would be nice.
However, it is worth being cautious. We are in greed right now on the Fear and Greed Index. Caution is warranted in the market. Fear and Greed model is now in the greed zone. We can see historic times. When it was in the greed zone, kind of were local.
Yeah, that's why I'm not full screen in this one, because the screen's way too bright. But he probably, to be honest, he probably uses this to light his face, because he doesn't look like he has really a big light on him.
Ish tops. So a little bit of caution towards they'll win. But Bitcoin could be gearing up for the next move. The past cycles, the 20 weekly moving average, this red line right here, has been very useful when it came to spot trend reversals. Also, the overbought stock RSI can be misleading in this context. But if we can see here, very similar to what happened back before
really
the
similar
summer rally.
You guys see that?
Which basically the 20 weekly MA.
That's really similar. That chart.
This top right here suggesting 53.
What do you guys think about that? Looking even at the RSI, see the yellow circled there? Interesting. That's like, it's like literally almost exactly the same. That would be a freaking, man, I wish I could measure this right here. But I mean, that's, oh, right there. He's got the target point. I think this line is that same line. So 53,000, it says. Interesting.
$3,000 Bitcoin based on that
said it
signal
right there too,
alone.
so.
We have just found macro bullish setup for Bitcoin, finding support
Bad Electron,
on
good
monthly
morning.
candles on this breakout zone, breaking outside of that breakout zone. Could be very, very big for Bitcoin on longer time frames. As we have a change in momentum, the Chand momentum oscillator signaling very strong loading zone for Bitcoin.
Man, this could be a real run. We could have a pretty decent run up right to like
historically great
middle of the year.
To load up on Bitcoin before big things happen. And again, stay tuned until the end of the episode because we're going to show you who particularly is loading up and why it is so significant for you. Right now, we also have the RSI loading zone. You might hear that term a lot today, loading everybody.
So every one of these charts pretty much look the same. What I'm going to do is skip forward a little bit just to see what he was kind of getting at. So I really don't feel like the whole end of his video is the ad. Let's see. I mean, we saw these charts yesterday, like this one right here. Same exact thing. Like every chart's starting to repeat. Basically the end of the bear run, beginning of the bull run. But at the same point, like see like 2015, if we look right here, let me bring this up. So 2015, everything just kind of, you know, it just kind of swooped right up. 2019, obviously with the pandemic and stuff, like that's where this dip is right here in the middle. So realistically, well, if it repeats, it shouldn't have this dip like that, I would think, right? It should just kind of be a steady climb, but I guess obviously we're gonna have to see. I'm just gonna scroll through this quick. Yeah, every one of these charts is pretty much showing the Bitcoin trajectory over the entire market. I guess we'll see what he has to say right here. Kind of want to hear
loading
this.
up, and why is this so gosh darn important? This chart could well blow your mind, and if it doesn't, I don't think your mind is working. But we can see right here, Bitcoin OGs are acquiring Bitcoin at the fastest pace in 8 years. Now, the OGs are the guys who've had Bitcoin for 5 to 7 years, long-time Bitcoin holders, or longer, excuse me. They've had Bitcoin for a lot longer, greater than 10 years.
That's interesting.
And the ultra long-term holders, those who've held for 5 years, are accumulating exponentially in the last few months. Take a look at this upturn. This is people 5 to 7 years, 7 to 10 years, and greater than 10 years. So everyone holding Bitcoin for greater than 5 years. Look at this uptick over the past few months.
But how do they get that? How does that make sense? How do they get that? I feel like that's, I don't know.
Pretty much. The only other time we saw something as drastic as this was possibly towards the bottom here in 2019. Well, look at this. These things are shooting up. And if this doesn't make you think twice about buying Bitcoin, check out this one, the Exchange Inflow Monitor. Recent rally coincides with a new pattern emerging of stablecoins flowing into exchanges during workdays only. Why would that be happening? Well, seems to me, Willy Woo, like the heat signature of large institutions doing the bottom. Look at this, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Nothing Saturday and Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Buying on business days. Large institutions buying up Bitcoin at an enormous clip. Plus, long-term Bitcoin holders buying it up at an enormous clip. Plus, all the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies taken off of exchanges after the FTX crash, after Celsius and 3AC and all those things.
Interesting.
Once this Bitcoin is not available, price is likely going to pop. So what's the good news? Well, the good news is you might still have a little bit of time. If we
realized price value zones,
realized price, we can see we're just leaving the zone of Bitcoin price below the realized price, which means that even though you could have gotten it, yes, at $15,000 a month ago, $22,000, $23,000, $24,000 is still a pretty darn good price.
That chart's
Bitcoin
actually really interesting too. I've never seen that chart either. Looking at this right here, I mean, you know, like everything's like with a grain of salt, right? When it comes to charting, because obviously it's easier to see all these green lines after the fact. And realistically, you don't know if you're going to have a bump up like this, right? You guys can see that, right? This little lump and then back down, and then they just kind of carry the green over, right? You never know if that's really going to happen right there. But I guess we're crossing that green line, which is the point. We crossed it a little bit right there, but then it came back under it. So as long as we don't go above and then come under, we're good. As long as we stay a nice distance above it, kind of like here with a little gap, then we'll this chart would be really good, actually.
How high it could go. So that's all for today's.
Interesting. All right, he's gonna get into his ad. So shout out to Crypto Love. Go check him out again. The link will be in the description if you guys are interested. I want to see also what Crypto Zombie said today, or yesterday rather, because he was all excited about the after the rally or whatever. I mean, not the rally, the announcement for Bitcoin rallying, basically. All right, let's see. Oh, I was listening to this earlier. Let me let's get into what he says right here. Actually, you know what? This is just his analysis, so I'll jump into this right here.
So you can see right here that Bitcoin has been consolidating basically for about 12 days, right? Which is more than double what we had back here. We are starting to push again towards the top of this level. We did have this high peak at around 23,907.
Real quick, I'm going to put a poll in the chat. I want to know, are you guys buying ASICS, or are you, well, I'll say you buying ASICS first, because I want to know that I am personally looking to get S19J Pros, like Mr. Kaiser McLean said, should have got 10 of them. I wish if we could get them at a good deal. 2K is not a good deal. I would say 1,500 to 1,000 used would be a good deal. But I want to know if you guys are buying ASICs, because that's what I'm looking towards now. After I have this L7, like the taste of the L7 kind of got me. It's like it's kind of like the rabbit hole when you're getting into Bitcoin, right? You just you get into Bitcoin and then you're like, oh, you start reading up all about Bitcoin and why wasn't I into this earlier? Same thing happened with the ASIC for me anyways, the L7. I was like, why the hell didn't I have ASICs earlier? And again, it's because we started with GPUs and everybody was like, oh, F ASICs, and then now look what's taken over. So I'm sure GPUs will come back, but at the same point, not to the extent they were.
Currently today,
Steven Cicero, have a good day, buddy.
23,787. So we still have not broken out of that range yet. But before we get into the short term, I did want to just touch on the fact that obviously
All Set Miners, good morning.
First, so we did have that monthly close, and what is pretty impressive is this candle actually did close above 1, 2, 3, 4 of these previous candles. Now, technically on the Brave New Liquid Index, this was not a technical bearish engulfing pattern, which I know a lot of people are definitely going to argue with me in the comments. We have different opinions on that, but you technically, to engulf it, would have had to come below this wick right here. But ultimately, guys, at the end of the day, regardless, that was a very good move. But if we come over here, you could see that we still did not get higher than these levels. You could see that right here.
Look at this analysis
we would have
he's
had
doing.
To get a
He honestly, like, again, Crypto Zombie's really a educated guy when it comes to trading, and it's crazy because I seen him before he was over 100K. Like, I used to watch him way back when I first started into Bitcoin, and his channel blew up because he is really good. But like, look how hard he's zooming in on these candles. I've never looked at candles this close in my life.
Around this sort of $23,300 level, and we only got around 23,100, right? That's where we had that close. But having a look right here, look at how perfect that was, right? So we did have this one touch here, the second touch here, and look at how perfect this was. Not only did we touch right here, but it also coincided with this very important level. And this was the exact level that I told you guys if you were looking to take that trade, you would. And not to mention it, but let's zoom in. Boom, guys, target perfectly hit again. And how did we derive this? Well, this is simply the bottom of this upward sloping trend, right? So as we can see right here, we are pushing on what we had expected. The next level, if we do continue to the upside, would be, this heart line right here. But either way, if we hit this or we hit the top, that would put in a new short-term higher high for Bitcoin, right? So if we come over here and we have a look at what we're doing, Bitcoin is in this blue zone that we talked about, the potential that...
What do you guys think about that? That trend line. I'll go back to this spot in a second, but this channel that he drew, that's pretty interesting. Interesting that it did the same exact dip. Man, it's crazy how it repeats like that, isn't it? Like, look at that. That's wild. Insane.
Potential that, you know, hey, you know, we could potentially chop around in this for quite some time, and that would be like the ultimate, you know, bear bull max pain, right? Because we would just be going sideways. But if you do have a look at this, we're starting to get closer to the top than we are to the bottom, right? We were down here at this red zone. We're back in the blue zone. We are above this previous support. We have not had an opportunity to test it again one more time, but nevertheless, guys, we are approaching this level right here where we had this wick come down here. You can see here's the wick, draw a line across, and look at this. We did have that rejection, so that area is still sitting around 25,100.
See, that stuff impresses me, but it's one of those things, like, was it a coincidence, or is that, like, I don't know. That is things like that, like the wicks. I know a lot of people don't use them, so I don't know.
$80. So as you can see, that would be the next level. Now the big question is, will we have a rejection at that level? Good morning, Rondi. And then come down and, you know, retest some of these lower levels. We do, of course, don't forget, we have this, where is it? We have this CME futures gap right here, still at around 19,990, right?
This is what's making me nervous, because he always mentions the CME futures gap, and they always get filled. But we have one up at the top as well that he's probably just going to mention right now. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to go to this one first or to this one first? Honestly, I would rather it go down first and then go up. That's just me personally. I think that makes way more sense. Even if it goes sideways and then touches and then, you know what I mean, plays around in here and shoots back up. I mean, that's realistically around 20K. So it's not the end of the world if it goes down a couple thousand. I'd rather it not go to 30 and then have to come back to 20. Does that make sense? Real quick, I want to check out the live poll I have. So 68% of you said yes, 31 votes. You're buying ASICS, and 32 are not. Interesting. My man Rondi just found like a killer deal on ASICS.
Right?
Someday,
but, you know, also,
someday
as you
I'll
can
find
see,
one.
The next level is still around.
Looking,
it depends on what chart you look at, but, you know, over here looking at Bitstamp, that's sitting at around 25,180. And yeah, guys, ultimately after that, we have this little bit of, see where these wicks look at these wicks right here. So we had this crazy candle from December of 2020, and look at this, right? We had a wick here, and then these two candles, we had two wicks right there. We had another test right there, and then if we come over here.
Why are you saying shh, Mr. Matt Electron? Does that affect anything? Because someone got a good deal?
Here, we even had another candle touch right here, right? So we do have 1, 2, 3, 4 points of contact. That's this dotted green line. So if by chance we don't get a major rejection at this level, which I'm honestly thinking we are due for a pullback, just to be completely honest, guys. But if not, then, you know, if we do just flip it support, the next level to breakthrough is 28,500. The ultimate level for me is the top of this blue zone, and that's sitting at around roughly almost exactly.
So the top of that blue zone is obviously prior support, right? So old support comes into, or turns into resistance, and vice versa, right? Resistance turns into new support. So that's obviously what he's looking at, because we got two touches here basically. Kind of interesting. And then there was rejection here, trying to go back above it. So I guess that's his reasoning behind that being his like major point. But thank you very much, Chris Foster. Appreciate that, buddy.
$31,000. And if that's the case, guys, and we close that, then that would be reflipping this support back into support. And I personally think that the bull run is back on, you know, not saying go all in, but, you know, a lot of people, don't forget, guys, don't forget down here, right? We had this pump. Everyone was bearish down here. We came up and, you know, we were consolidating, and everyone said, you know, everyone, look at, we had this upward sloping trend, which actually, what's funny, if you actually continue this out, that the trend did hold. But, you know, what I'm trying to say is short term, you know, people were like, oh, we're going to come down. And no, we just kept going. We kept going, and we came all the way up to 14,000.
Hold on. I'm going to big screen this because I want to bring up a point real quick here. This is what I was just talking about. The CME gap, right, was say down here-ish. Right around 20,000 or whatever. It was probably a little above this blue line. But see how this, right, rallied out of this pocket, just like this, up past the old resistance or old support, however you want to look at it. Then it ends up throwing up all over the place. and going right back down, probably to close some sort of gap that was there prior. This is what I don't want, because that's just, that sucks. Like, I mean, that obviously it happens. It's going to go up and come down, but that's just like, you guys kind of get what I'm saying, right? Like, it's going to come back down and fill it eventually. I would rather just see it do the steady incline. So I want the down and up right now. I don't want it, you know, months from now or the end of the year. It's just, it makes, you know what I mean? Makes it a little less hurtful.
Dollars. So there's no reason that even if we don't get to the tops of these levels, you know, everybody was, you know, overly bearish here at the bottom, and right now the bears are still being bearish. They can't accept the fact that we're having this pump, and you have to change your bias when you're going with these moves. We have not had a full-on rejection just yet. We are still in no man's land, but the same way that we had this crazy run up right here, who's to say that we can't come up to here, right? Somewhere around maybe this pivot area, you know, let's say right around there. Right around this area, 48,000. Why couldn't we come up to that level, you know, something like this, and then consolidate, right? And then everybody gets super bullish, and then that's the big bear, that's the big bull trap, and then we come all the way back down to 25,000, right? Why couldn't we do something like that? Everybody that says we just have to instantly keep going down, why? Why do we have to keep going down? We've been going down since November of 2021. That's not enough downside for you guys?
That's a good point too. That's a very good point. We have had a lot of downside. And obviously there's a lot of potential to make a bunch of money right here. But again, for me, it's personally, I guess, less painful to do it right now versus when it goes up and comes back down. Bitcoin is always toying with your emotions. You know what I mean?
Come on, markets don't move in straight lines. Get with it. You know, you can play these markets to the upside. You can play them to the downside. You know, I'm not saying that we can't have a dump or whatever, but there is a possibility that Bitcoin could continue to just keep moving to the upside for the next several months. And all these bears that were expecting lower levels, you know, we were not one of them. We said that this was crazy. I mean, I'm not going to lie. We did call the bottom here, right, a little bit prematurely at around 17. We did get faked out. I'm not going to lie. We fell down a little bit lower, but we said, come on. This is way oversold. Everyone is way too bearish. We're having the death cross on the DXY, right? So, you know, I don't know. For me, guys, you know, could we get rejected here? I'm not trying to get too excited.
This is the weekly chart too. And typically when you see like a W form, that usually means it usually ends up picking up. When you see like a deeper swoop and then like right here, like it's kind of a deeper swoop. It's only a couple candles, but you got to think that's a month, right? So if you looked at this in the daily chart, it would probably look a little different. I kind of want to see that actually. Let's see. I have my charts open right here. What was he looking at? Yeah, he was looking at Bitstamp. Let's see. Daily chart. That might be a little harder to see, but oh, I guess it's not. So see right there. That's exactly what I was talking about. Like, so this W, it literally makes a W. And when you see like it's like a deeper swoop and then a little higher swoop, it usually means it lifts off, but I don't pay attention to trading enough to point those out, I guess. But I've seen that time and time again. Let me see. That's happened before. I'd have to find examples of it, but you can do this on a bunch of different charts. But like that weekly chart, I think it's more, oh, let's mess something up. I think it's more significant on the daily charts. Because it's, I think it's more sustainable, or it means more. You know what I mean when it's a bigger candle like that. Just my opinion. Let's go back see what he's saying.
Excited, sure. Look, if we break below some of these levels, we come back down here, start breaking lower. Okay, let's just admit it. The trend is over. We're probably going down to these low levels. But I'm not going to fight the trend while the trend is going. And right now we have an uptrend. And as long as we have that until that trend gets broken, there's no reason for me to start getting bearish, you know, on this move. And even the you know, we had the S&P right here, and the S&P broke above this key level right here, right? We had these two pivots right here, right? We had 1, 2, and look at this. It closed above it, and it hit our next target, right? We've had these levels in here for quite some time. I know there's a lot of levels on here, but, you know, the S&P is a very slow-moving chart, so you have a lot of time to put these levels in.
Look at that, the S&P. That's crazy. Imagine trying to chart this shit. That's insane. No thanks. I assume all these little gaps, I don't know if you guys could see them. These little gaps right here, I think that's all weekends, right? I would assume. You see all the spaces where like the market's closed, if I had to guess.
You have a lot of time to put these levels in. And, you know, keep in mind, we still do have this potential death cross.
Yeah, this is one thing too. how is that going to play out? The death cross is bad, I assume. Death doesn't sound good. So
happen on Bitcoin. We're waiting. You know, we got to see what happens in the next 2 to 3 weeks. But look at this. Look at this sharp decline that we got today, right during the FOMC meeting, right? Powell came out. He was a little bit dovish, like I said earlier. And boom, look at that drop. Dollar falling, you know, risk assets pumping. So it is what it is, guys. You know, I'm not Nostradamus. I don't know what's going to happen, you know, by the end of the year. I'm not going to make that kind of a prediction. You know, I still believe that Bitcoin is going to hit, you know, somewhere around $160,000 to $250,000 at the next high, which I do believe will be in 2025. And I do
say $160,000 to $200,000 per Bitcoin. Can you imagine that? It'd be sick.
That will see $1 million Bitcoin in our lifetime, you know. But as of right now, why fight the trend? The trend is up. When we start reversing,
that'd be so crazy.
We'll talk about it. But right now, guys, the trend.
All right, he's getting to the end here, but that would be nuts. Can you imagine $1 million Bitcoin? But even six-figure Bitcoin in the next couple years would be insane to me. Anyways, all right, let's see. What do we got? You guys have any questions in the chat before I go any further? Let's see. Red Bull for breakfast. Yes. Electron. Red Bull for breakfast. Had to do it. Kaiser, I saw your comment. Gotta keep the chat clean. Mods are going to take you out. Raven Boy Crypto, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a little bit. Patrick Ian, good morning. Good morning. Thanks for being here. Censored Crypto, it's my fault, guys. I got into crypto October 2021. Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. Don't blame yourself, man. You know what? Every time I get into something that's risky, I end up losing out and then having to wait until it comes back. So, well, actually, you know what? That's a lie. With crypto, I guess it didn't work that way because when I got into mining was really the beginning, and that's probably the first time that's ever happened to me, ever. Like getting into crypto right before the boom. So that was kind of interesting, actually. All right, let's see. So again, I don't really want to do charting stuff right now. It's too early. I'm tired. 8:45. All right, we have like 15 minutes left. What do you guys want to cover? Let's see. We already looked at this. Let's go and see what else they have actually here. First mover Asia is Bitcoin's ride past 24.1K, a stopping point or a sign for future gains. I don't really want to dive into that. Let's see. Is there any other good news that's coming up? Do you guys have anything you want to talk about? Please feel free to ask in the chat. I need to get some music back on for the background. This is too quiet for me. All right, there we go. Ask questions. You guys have any questions, feel free. But yeah, I want to look into, oh, you know what? Let's look at ASIC miner value real quick. Because I want to see how profitable everything is. So I think this is at 12 cents. Let me scroll down. I'll make this a bigger screen for you. So this is at 12 cents electricity. I am at 24 cents, so mine's double. So literally cut every profit in half. And this is where, so my L7 runs at 9.16 or like around in between these two, I guess. So my profitability is in between this, right? But it's like $10. Either way, that's still $10 I didn't have and it's eating my house. So that's a win-win for me. The KA3s seem pretty sick, but are you guys into Cadena? Anybody? I don't really I've never got into it, so I don't have any. But is it worth getting? These prices, let's see. So this is how much they're going for? That's really overall not bad. What? Hold on. All right, so we'll just say 10 to 14K. All right, let's go back to the L7 just for shits. It was 10 to 14K. Again, this is on ASIC miner value. I just wanted to see. Where are you getting it for 6,500? If I could find an L7 for 6,500, I'd totally buy it. So the profitability is almost double. In most places, you're still going to see it around the same price. Interesting. Oh boy. Why is my kid down here? Hold on. Sorry. I had to yell up to my kid. My kid's awake. Damn it. I'm supposed to wake him up in 15 minutes. All right. Anyways, let's see. Oh, no. Hold on. Hold on, guys. right, hold on 1 second. Sorry, my kid just decided to come down here. So I'm gonna leave it on this for 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. Jeez. Kid comes running downstairs. Daddy? I'm like, oh no. My wife's upstairs probably getting ready for work. Terrible. Terrible. All right. Anyways, market's looking great. You guys are fantastic. What do you guys got? Let's see if we have any questions in the chat that we can just discuss for a bit. And then we'll get out of here. The kid just threw me all off. All right, Rondi said Bitmain is having a flash sale February 3rd. E9 for $1,200. ROI in 30 days or less in a bull market. E9, let's see. God, I'm winded. I just had to like run with my kid upstairs. All right, E9. Is it even on here? Oh, it is. Right here. So, Bitmain Antminer E9 Pro. Is this it, Mr. Rondi? Obviously, for me, it's losing money, but whatever. If we it'd be like $2 a day, I guess. But this is ETH hash algorithm, so it'd be ETC, right? You'd be mining. What are they going for right now? So Rondi said, let's see. Bitmain's having a flash sale for $1,200. Bitmain Antminer E7. Oh wait, what the hell? That's E7. We were talking about that last night. E9. Forgot we googled that last night, Rondi. It came up all by itself. All right, so where does it? I just kind of want to see what they really are going for. So like a normal site, 64.90. Geez. If it goes for that much, then yeah, obviously the 1,200 is a sick deal. Is this Bitmain? Yeah, this should be, right? Is this their actual site? Shop? Oh, right there. Was that it? Sale, right here. If it would open. There we go. All right, so 3 giga hash. Wait, this ain't it. Is this it? This is not it. Is it? February 39. What? No. Hold on. Is this the wrong site? Is this like a scam site? What is this? I don't go on Bitmain ever. Ever. Rondi, you sent me the link, I think. Let me just look. Oh, no. You sent it to my phone. Can you send that in Discord? There we go. Thank you, Rondi. Appreciate it. I knew that wasn't the right site. Dude, what the hell was that site? Friggin' scam, man. So, oh, wow. Right here. Spot sale. That's pretty cool. $12.99 a unit. Man. So that's speculating though on ETC going up. Am I wrong? What do you guys think about that? That's crazy. That's a really good deal. Fall in love with power. Valentine's Day. A7. Oh wait, they're having a sale on these too? What? What is the does it tell you? Can I click on it? No, doesn't work. All right, can't click on it. That sucks. Interesting. That's crazy. Holy crap, 6 months ago I thought we're 12K. That's nuts. Let me just see. See what Bitmain says about this. Of course, it's all in Chinese. Oh boy. Oh boy. What is happening? English. Thank you. All right. Sold out. But are they having a flash sale for these too? Because that would be insane. Hold on. Let me look. I don't think anything's here. I mean, it says $23.79 or whatever for it, but it says sold out. News and events. Let's click on that and just see. S19J Pro launched the new Antminer design with yeah, what? That was a while ago. Interesting. S19J Pro spot 1950. I mean, realistically, for a new machine, that would be new, right? I assume that's 100 terahash. 100 terahash for 1950. Not too bad, I guess. Not too bad. Let's see. Go back to the home page. But this, what do you guys think about this? Is that a good deal? $12.99 per unit for the E9 Pro. Obviously, it's hashing ETC hash, or what? I mean, you know what I mean, ETC. You're mining ETC with it because Ethereum's gone, obviously. But one customer can purchase up to 50 units. So, I want to pull the screen aside real quick. I want to eBay this. I want to make sure it's not going to dox me at all, though. All right, so Antminer E9. I just want to see what they're going for. What? I think we're good. Yeah, I'm not signed in, so I think we're good. All right, looking right here. Antminer E9. Let's see, E3. E9. E9. What? So this one's 2400 mega hash. So 2.4 gigahash, and it's 5500. And this is 3.6. Wow. That's a solid deal. Dude, you could make your money back. You could just buy these and make your money back. Sell them on eBay. For friggin' 500 bucks more, you make $500 a unit. If I had the money, I'd totally be doing that. That's insane. Why? I mean, you'd have to do a little work, obviously. You know, it'd suck. Like, you have to pay eBay and shit with eBay fees, but that's insane. That's crazy, right? Am I wrong? That's very, very, very insane to me. God, I hate eBay fees. Yeah, that's really crazy. So I want to see, enjoy the special price of the K7 and the S19J Pro Plus in ratio of 2:14. I'm saying Valentine's Day. Can I just say that? Anyways, it doesn't say how much they are though. So, I mean, obviously, what's this one? Oh, K7 online spot sale, 47.48. This is, I don't know. I mean, 2200 watts is kind of, I'm trying to think. You know what? Let's go to, just for shits, Jingle Mining. These guys are the ones that sent me the X4Q, which is just something I want to look at. So the 1040 mega hash, right? I do have a coupon code if you guys are interested for Jingle Mining down below, I believe. But so $21.99. In stock? Yeah, it's in stock, I think. What's the wattage? It was 500, I think, watts. 500 watts. Where does it say? I'm blind. Why am I blind? I'm like 100. I'm positive. I'm positive it's 500 watts. So you can run these off 120 or 240 as well. So it's 500 watts for a gigahash, right? So mine's like 1.1, 1.2 ish. And it's $21.99. This is like $1,000 less, but your wattage is 3 times higher, 3 times more, right? But your hash rate is also more. It's 3 times more. What do you guys think? That's kind of a really good deal, but getting your hands on that would be like, you know, fighting. It'd be like vultures, you know, attacking something, like a whole bunch of them at the same time. Like, you're lucky to get your hand in to grab one. That's crazy. Is the sale the E9 or the E9 Pro? E9 Pro, I believe, right? Am I wrong? Let me see. Yeah, E9 Pro. Spot sale, the E9 Pro, the ultimate performance. Why the keeps taking me here? Jeez. All right, I'm taking my mouse off it. The ultimate performance, perfect for the ETC, $12.99 a unit. Yeah, it starts February 3rd. That's Holy shit, that's tomorrow. I think I might buy one. Damn it. That would be a sick solo mining thing, I think. All right, well, now we have to do some research. 2 miners. Sorry, you got me like really scrambling right now, Rondi, thinking about this, because I really wasn't going too crazy with it. I want to see. So I'm still solo mining ETC, by the way, and I'm at like 50%. I haven't hit a block yet with the 2 machines, but I have hit 7 this month. So I'm just waiting for the 8th one because I get the payout. It's like 10 ETC as the payout. All right, let's see. I just want to check out the hash rate. How do I why can't I remember how to do this? Pool dashboard, blocks. Oh, miners online. That's right. Okay, so I just wanted to see the giga hash of people. Let me make this full screen so you guys can like see what I'm seeing. All right, there we go. So looking at all the addresses here and all the giga hash here, this is what I just wanted to look at this quick. So looking at, I wish I could just pause this so it would stop moving. So 3.6 giga hash would put you immediately right here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, about 22 people above you. If you bought just one of these and turned it on solo, that's at 2 miners. That's not the entire solo mining. You know what I mean? This is just 2 miners. But look at all the people that are under like giga hash. You know what I mean? Like, this is just insane. For $1,200, that's kind of a good deal. That starts tomorrow at 11 a.m. Shit. All right. Who's thinking? Yeah, take a screenshot. Raven Boy Crypto. You're way smarter than me. I don't know. I didn't think of that. I probably should have. What do you guys think about that? Is that interesting? Is that interesting to you guys? Because that seems, man, that seems like a really good deal. I mean, the Jazz miners, right? They're sick. I love them. Super efficient. But for the price, like $21.99, I feel like these need to be in the, 1,000 category or a little more, to be able to justify getting this over, the other, because of the hash rate. I mean, the wattage is great, but the hash rate, that just, kills it, because it's only 1 giga hash and this is 3.6. That's wild. I don't know. Let me know what you think. What are your thoughts? Tell me. Give it to me. Give it to me in the live chat. Let's go. All right, we're gonna big screen so we can do AMA, because I have to go take care of my kid. She's upstairs playing on her iPad. All right, let's see. Game with Smokey Dan. Same applies. Let's see. What's he talking about? Let's see. I'd rather have a small ASIC on each ETH hash coin than have a big ASIC all in on ETC only. Yeah, but $1,200, dude, that's cheap. That's really cheap. Am I wrong? What? All right, hold on. Now I gotta look. I gotta look again. Profitability. This is it, right? I mean, that's right now. That's right now, right? So let's, all right, hold on. ETC, USD. Let's check out the chart. Just for shits. Holy hell, what the hell? Oh, it didn't show up yet. But guys, like, ETC, I mean, not saying it's ever gonna go back there, but like, dude, look at that peak. Upwards of $175, man. So this profitability right here, I lied. Where am I? Here, right? Obviously this is at 12 cents, $5.83 a day after electricity at 12 cents, right? So like, this is the monthly, obviously. Income 364, electricity $1.90, and then you have $1.74 left over. So if the market ever pumps, dude, we're at $22. $22. Even if it goes to 50, like, you're making decent money off that machine, right? I feel like ETC is going to go far. I don't think ETC is going to like stay low at all. That's just my personal opinion. I really do expect ETC to do well in the next bull run. And if it gets anywhere near where it was, even over $100, that's a sick gain, a sick investment. Not financial advice. This is my opinion, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. What do you guys think? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Yeah, Dave Jack. I just don't have time to message everybody in the morning. Crypto Craig, you will need to pay duties and shipping from Bitmain, so it will be a little more than that price. Yeah, so what happened with me was when I got the little gold shells, the Doge miners, right? I had to pay, they valued them at $300 a piece, right? So anything over 600, I think it was 600, or maybe it was 5. Yeah, I think it was, maybe it was over 5, because they valued at 600. I had to pay duties on each one. So it was, I think, $200 or something in duties for 2 units, I believe. Yeah, 600. The third one, so like one time I didn't have to pay any duties, which made no sense. I got 2 units, didn't have to pay any duties. I actually ordered 3. They shipped 2 and then they shipped 1. So 1 I sent directly to Rondi as a thank you for him giving me a 3080 Ti. I mean, what did he give me? 3080 LHR, I believe, for the Win 3, because you're crazy. So I sent him one of those mini box miners. I kept 1, gave 1 to the wife, and then I ordered 2 more at a later date, and that's when I got hit with duties. So it was kind of strange. But I'm not sure how they actually do that. I'm sure there's a calculator somewhere you could see, but it was kind of interesting. $600 a month we are allowed for duties. Interesting. Okay. Figure it as if you hit 3 blocks a week. Yeah, see, like that's another thing, right? Like I made that video, right? I hit 4 blocks in a week with my 2, like my Jazz miner, the X41U, which is 260 watts at 500 mega hash. And then, so it's like, it was like 1.7 with the X4Q and the 1U, right? And I was paying, it's like 700 watts total, 750 watts or so with the 1.7 giga hash. And I hit 4 blocks. But that was obviously, it all depends on difficulty and how many people are mining. Like there's so many people probably turned back on because the market and the, you know, the news yesterday and all that stuff. So you pay tariff for anything above 1100. See, now I wonder if it's because I bought the gold shells super, maybe in the same month. Interesting. Maybe that's why they hit me. That's kind of interesting. Kyle Rosa, appreciate you for being here, buddy. Patrick Ian, they mine on them until the bear sell them to us. Yeah, that's what they did with the E3. So I don't think Rondi would care if I brought this up, but I want to make a video about this as well, talking about it. Let me, shit, I really gotta get out of here. All right, real quick. So if you search it, right, so the E9, like we were talking about this last night, the E9, right, they have, or even the KA3, right? What happened to the KA1 and the KA2 during, you know, testing? Like they were just mining on these things all the way up until they came up with the KA3 and then they sold it, but they're probably already on the KA4 and the KA5, right? And like what happened to the, from the E3 to the E9, like where all that shit in the middle, like, cause if you go to eBay, right? This is what Bitmain E7, like Rondi pulled this up last night just to show me. And look at this, like the K7, E7, like all, like these all, this shit comes up. It comes up. So like this exists. How does nobody have this? This stuff's not advertised like at all. But like if you, I guess if you look on their site, it's available, like it's there, but it's not for sale. It's just super sus to me. It's super weird. So yeah, they're definitely using these things, and obviously the big guys are, they're doing their thing in the background, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. But same with the L5. Yeah, it's legit. What is it? The L3 and then the L7. Yeah, same thing. Same exact thing. Either way, it's quite interesting. So I don't know. Actually, are you gonna buy the E3, Rondi? Are you looking into getting some of those? I'm interested. I don't know. I might want to get one. because that's not a bad deal, man. That's really not a bad deal. All right, I gotta get out of here, guys. I appreciate you all. My kid is definitely waiting for me upstairs, so hopefully you guys have a good day. Again, if you guys are interested in looking into the put options just to be safe here, feel free. I'll put this link down in the description below, but I'll throw it in the live chat right now if you guys want to read it. It's over on CoinDesk, so thanks to them for bringing this article up. But that is a pretty cool like option for us if, you know, you guys are nervous about like an FTX issue, right, with any of these exchanges. So feel free. Binance, Coinbase, Kraken. Binance would be one of the ones that I was really interested in. I'm not on Binance, but if I was, because they were somewhat involved in the FTX bullshit, that would make me feel a little better personally if I was on there. So either way, guys, appreciate you all. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you guys later today around 2 p.m. and we'll go over some other stuff. All right, have a good day and peace out.